What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the farm. Thanks as always for joining us. We are in the very beginning stages of what you see behind me. We got some snow flying, expecting about 5, maybe even upwards of 8 inches here in eastern Pennsylvania today. So should be exciting, should be challenging. Not really sure what we're gonna get into today. We're out here feeding now. I got a bunch of extra hay on the back of the side-by-side here. We're gonna put some in as bedding for the pigs. We're also gonna feed some to the pigs, which I've found that they're really enjoying hay as a source of feed. So being that we have so much of it, we're throwing some in for feed and then also bedding as well. As always, we'll drop some hay off to the sheep here today. We'll do our checks as we're still expecting lambs, and the timing would just be our luck if we had lambs here today. Most importantly, I think I'm really looking forward to driving this thing around, our first snow. Honestly, guys, it's our first snow in about 2 years of any sort of significance. We have just been having dustings, very mild winters over the last 2 seasons here. So this is really going to be the first one. And reason I'm talking to you now ahead of time is because once we get out there and once we get driving, Lord knows what's going to happen with this phone. It's going to be cold, and we are expecting some extreme conditions here over the next couple days. Highs are going to be in the teens, lows overnight down in the negatives. Next weekend, we are expected to get back up to around 40 degrees on Sunday. It's going to feel like summer. So let's get through the next couple days. At this point, I've been kind of hoping this lamb comes along. Now I'm kind of hoping it stays on pause for a while, get us through at least most of this week when the temperatures start to creep back up to slightly below freezing and then back above freezing for the weekend. That would obviously be best case scenario, but as you guys know, it does not always work out that way on the farms. So we'll see what we get into. My luck, we'll drive up there and there'll be a lamb laying on the ground. So we'll see what happens, guys. Let's get after it. And we already got my seat covered, so it is coming down pretty quickly already. I must say though, I'm definitely looking forward to driving this thing, see what we got. At the very least, maybe I'll just put a drifting video out for you guys today. Not much farm work going on, obviously, just getting the basics done, getting the feed and the water in place, and getting back in the house, watching some football. Honestly, that's really the plan here for this afternoon. Some homegrown chicken wings, can't beat that for a Sunday afternoon. Watching the snowfall. Kids are excited to get out and do some sledding. Might have to wait until either later tonight, where we might be doing some dark sledding. Probably not, it's gonna be bedtime, or tomorrow afternoon when we're done working. So we'll see about that. But wow, hold on a second. This is already a bit of a challenge driving, so that makes it a little better. Here they come. The pigs are not gonna mind the snow. We'll water them, we'll feed them like we normally would. We got their shelter over here. I'll drop some hay in too, and we'll keep moving on quickly here today. All right, so we got some bedding in the pig shelter. They're gonna be fine, even with the cold temperatures. They'll huddle up, they'll be just fine. The sheep are probably just standing up there taking this right now. One thing I do have to worry about is our sheep shelter that has been through several different modifications. Once we start getting snow on that roof, it is a tarp. There's some busted pipes on there. I'm afraid the weight of the snow could be a potential risk at bringing that thing down. So I'll probably drive down there now, make sure that's all cleared off. Obviously, it's just the beginning of the storm here, so it's going to accumulate quite a bit. We'll probably be out here at least once or twice more tonight to make sure that's clear. God forbid you have any animals under there. We don't want that to happen. I don't know, guys. It's getting hard to shoot this video. Everything's getting all saturated. The camera's getting all wet, constantly trying to clean that thing off. Giving the sheep some water. I'm not really sure where they're at. They actually might be down in the shelter, but we're gonna go down there anyway and take a look. I just completed an epic hill climb. I've been waiting to do that. Actually wanted to show you guys. I completely fat fingered the record button. So I drove up the hill thinking I was a hot shot, and I was not on camera. All things that happen, I guess, when your phone's all wet and your hands are numb. So let's go down. Again, gotta get the windshield back on here. Snow like this definitely makes me want to get a windshield for this thing. They aren't exactly cheap, so we'll hold off for a while. We'll make do. Again, we only get snow, well, I can't even say once a year because we haven't even gotten it. I can already tell the shelter's already starting to flatten out, so that's gonna be a problem. We gotta get that snow off of there. Brownie, what do you have on you? You're all tangled up. Gotta get close. Brownie there's dragging a whole sticker bush with her. All right, there's a good look at it. You guys can see the shelter is collapsing already, so we gotta fix that. Come on, guys. We gotta get by you. Go eat. Brownie, can I get this off of you? God, those thorns are wicked. Oh, that's gotta hurt. All right, we got that out of here. That had to hurt. Coco, no lambs right now. Not until next week. All right, so take a look at this. You can tell this is obviously all busted up from the winds that we had before. I think I put that out for you guys, showing you kind of what went on there. I don't know if this thing's even gonna hold up today. There's gonna be a heck of a lot of weight on here. Well, it looks much better. Hopefully she holds at least till I can get out here again. Well guys, as you can tell, not really a whole lot of work getting done today. Just had to get out here as we're getting pelted in the face now. The winds are picking up, making sure the animals were fed and taken care of before the brunt of this storm really hits here. This is the reality. You know, you do have to at least get out and make sure your animals are okay. Obviously, there's some strategies to kind of limit the need to be out here over winter. We obviously didn't take that, and we're kind of all in with a ton of animals here over winter. So this is what you got to do. But aside from that, I figure it's a must when it snows. Everybody likes to see a good snow on a farm. So I figure I had to at least put something on camera here for you today. All right, back next day on our joyride. I guess our camera got a little too cold, cut out on me. We ended up with about 6 to 7 inches, as you guys see here behind me. I'm talking quickly because I came over here to check the sheep, and Mary Girl is stuck in our electric netting, so we got to get her out of here. How long were you in here? Holy goodness. I got you. I'm going to cut this. Get over. Slippery as can be as well. This is not exactly what you want to be doing. Hold on, girl. Let me see where it's caught on you. Shoot. I got you. I got it. All right, let's first start with get your feet out. All right, girl. You're okay. You're all right. There we go. Go ahead. Go ahead. up there. So fortunately that wasn't too bad. Could have been a lot worse. You know, sometimes you get these lambs caught in the netting. They can actually strangle themselves. As you saw, for some reason they can get their heads, and I don't know why. The sheep have a tendency of wanting to get their heads in this netting, but her head was completely wrapped in it. Essentially, if she tried to pull away, she was choking herself out. So unfortunately, I do think she was standing there most of the day, just by kind of seeing all the manure that was there. Obviously a frightened animal, so that is definitely unfortunate, but a good thing we did as I am slipping around here, but good we got her out of there unscathed. She'll go up, she'll be just fine. Everyone's good. Still no lamb from Coco, which is definitely a good thing. Fingers crossed. We got to get through the next couple days. Right now I'm definitely in heavier clothes than I normally would be wearing. It is about 14 degrees and it's only 5 o'clock right now, guys. So getting down to about 1 tonight. Fortunately, the winds have died down a little bit, but it's going to be brutally cold here over the next couple days. Tomorrow, the high is in the low teens. We're going to get down in the negatives overnight. And then it starts to slowly creep back up as we head towards Wednesday and towards the weekend. So got to get through the next couple days without a lamb. I just fed the pigs. They're just, they're pigs in the snow. They're loving it right now. They ripped all their hay off from yesterday afternoon that I showed you guys. That's what pigs do, guys. They'll be just fine. Just fed them. They're going crazy down there. So no concern about the pigs. And I must say, guys, it is much nicer being out here. I know it's colder today, but without that snow just pelting you in the face as you're trying to get some things done, it's definitely more enjoyable. Walked in yesterday afternoon and just had ice hanging from my face here. Got the sheep enjoying their fresh hay that I dumped in. Got a beautiful sunset over the pasture. It doesn't get much better than this. Again, we'll enjoy the snow while we have it here for a little bit, but hopefully just one storm and done this year. All right, guys, it is day 3 of what feels like the longest video ever, and you guessed it, the phone shut off again. It's what I'm videoing with, and when it gets cold like this, it doesn't last long. Mary was stuck in the netting again. Literally felt like deja vu coming over here, and now we have one of these young rams stuck. I'm not really sure why all of a sudden they're testing this netting. The guess is that they were going for these Christmas trees because they're pretty close. So we'll got to figure something out there. So that could have been really bad. He was strangled up there pretty good. I was already considering processing him. I think he just kind of solidified my butchering plans there. So for whatever reason, these guys are trying to go through this netting. My guess, like I said, is to get to these Christmas trees, being that there's snow all over the pasture here. I think that's what they're looking for food. Even though I'm giving them plenty of hay, they just like the variation. So we gotta hammer some stakes back in. Good thing with this, I can keep my hammer on me now at all times, so that should be pretty quick. All right, so we got some of these fence posts back in. The problem is we set it a little too close. As you can see, they try to get to these trees here. There's another one that's pushed over. I want to pull this one out a little bit. And of course, it does not help when it is 10 degrees out. Gonna have to do for now. The netting is not exactly how we would want it, but I can barely hammer this stuff in, guys. It is darn cold. I know I said it's been cold the last couple days, and getting colder. Not the coldest conditions I've ever felt, but it's definitely up there, at least here in Pennsylvania. A couple of years back, I was in Minnesota for work for several weeks, and we actually experienced negative 60 degree wind chill. And let me tell you, if you've never experienced cold like that, that is a whole different level. Makes this kind of feel like summer weather. So we're definitely not at that point here as the sheep are coming up. But yeah, still no lambs. Coco is trucking along as we would want her to, hoping she can hold out a few more days like I keep saying. So anyway, guys, we're just gonna wrap it here. Wanted to get out, show you some cold weather fun. Over the course of 3 days, that definitely was not planned, but again, we're shooting this stuff from our phone, which I guess just doesn't hold up to this type of temperature. So if you like what we're doing, as always, give us a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, drop us questions, comments below. we're still counting down. I'll let you know when this lambing happens, and we'll catch you soon, guys. Take care.